Over the past 20 years, in cities across the UK, thousands of homeless and financially challenged people have taken the opportunity to earn a legitimate income.
Come on then, love, you've still got a chance. You can still be the first woman in Bournemouth to say yes to me, darling. Have a good day, darling.
The Big Issue magazine is a hand up, not a handout, and helps those going through the trauma of homelessness take control of their lives by turning them into micro-enterprises.
I just hope they spend the money on the cost of living and improving their life, really, and it's not spent on alcohol and drugs.
But do the public really share this perception? And is there more to the Big Issue than first meets the eye? We're in Bournemouth to find out.
I mean, manners cost nothing, and I don't care if I'm a Big Issue seller or I'm the Mayor of London. I'm going to be treated like a human being, so...
Vendors come into the Big Issue office each morning to buy their magazines for £1 each.
Yeah, so the Big Issue comes in two sections. There's the Big Issue Company, which is the magazine side of the business, and then there's the Big Issue Foundation, which is doing more behind the scenes work. So the Big Issue Company acts kind of like a magazine wholesaler, so they'll deliver magazines to the office and then the vendors will come in, buy the magazine off us and then sell it to the public for a profit. So someone's come to buy some magazines, so what we do is we get them come in bundles of 50, take the magazines. Each vendor has got their own individual number, which corresponds to the badge on their chest. So what we do is we get our stampers, put their badge number on, and then stamp each magazine so we keep track of who's selling and who's selling what magazines. £5, perfect. Okay.
£18.98.
Thank you. That's 3, 4.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you put me from the light pitch as well?
Yeah, which one do you want?
Tesco Square, please. My normal one. Good girl. Come on in, darling. Good girl.
So when you first join the Big Issue, you have a 2-week training badge, and that's your pink badge. You might see people wear that don't have the jacket. If they're selling in town, which are the Zone 1 pitches here, you're allowed to be on the library and the M&S pitch, so they're a little bit quieter. You've got a bit more time to kind of work on your sales technique. You're also allowed to go to Zone 2 or Zone 3, so a bit further afield, and do it there. Once you've been there for 2 weeks, we need people to get their jackets, so they have to pay a £15 deposit. Then they get their red jacket that you'll see the vendors wear, and then they can go to any of the other ones and more of the popular pitches in Zone 1 and elsewhere. We had a long-term vendor called Ralph. He was in his 40s. He was an avid reader. He always came in. He was reading a book, always talking about books and things like that. In about, I think it was 2008, he was killed by 2 children, teenagers, near his pitch in Westbourne. So they set up a plaque down there for him, a little memorial, and there was a bit of money left over. We set up the book exchange so people can come in, get something to read, donate a book. We get some people from members of the public coming in and leaving books and things like that. So yeah, it's just a way of carrying on Ralph's reading legacy.
What we do is every few days or every week we like to go out and make sure that all the vendors are adhering to the code of conduct, they're doing what they should be doing, they're okay, they don't have any problems in any of the businesses around the area.
Each day, one member of the Big Issue staff walks down to the town centre to check on vendors.
This is Bill, he's worked for us for about 2 years.
Me, I've got certain medical problems that sometimes I don't want to go to work. Because I'm self-employed with a Big Issue, if I don't go to work, I don't earn any money at all. And therefore, it gives me that incentive to get up in the morning and get myself motivated. Once you get to work, then I'm fine. But it's sometimes in the morning just not wanting to.
Come on then people, you can blatantly see I've got issues. You give me £2.50 and I will give you a magazine you won't read, darling. This week's Big Issue, love. Alright, my name's Matthew Blackman. I've been selling the Big Issue on and off for 20 years. I've done it in Sheffield, Reading, and now Bournemouth and Bristol. Come on then mate, this week's Big Issue. You can have 2 free staples and a free delivery for the day end. You're doing really well. I'm trying, mate. Come on then love, this week's Big Issue. I would never have said no to you, love. Why did you say no to me? This week's Big Issue, folks. If I stand there going big issue, yes, I will sell magazines, but I won't do half as well as I do. I make people laugh. Sometimes I've had a few complaints that they didn't like my jokes, but sod it. You know, if I don't do what I do, I don't make money, as simple as that. Some people walk past and they sneer at me. Fine, that's up to them. Other people walk by, they see I'm trying to make a living, they see I'm doing something for myself, and they appreciate that. You know, you're not just buying a magazine, the Big Issue is a whole concept. Some people would buy it just for that. Come on then guys, Big Issue, may I tempt you? Have a good day, sir. I've had some abuse off people telling me to get a real job and all the rest of it. That's fine, I probably do more hours than they do. You know, when they say get a real job, they want to see how many hours I'm stood at doing what I do and compare that to what they do.
It don't bother me in the slightest. Yeah, I don't seem to be bothering people. The bloke round the corner, he don't sort of pester people, so...
They're okay, they're quite friendly. They never seem to get aggressive or anything.
I mean, I've built a lot of good friends since I've been selling the Issue. Like, as I said, I've travelled around selling the Big Issue, but I come back to Bournemouth because I miss the sea, and I do get on well with a lot of people in Bournemouth. Shut up, you. And you, don't you start and all. Shut up. I mean, get lost. I'll see you lot later. If I'm being polite to somebody, I'd prefer them to be polite back to me, but it doesn't always work like that. You get ignorance in all types of work, it doesn't matter what job you're doing.
The Big Issue staff work tirelessly for their vendors, offering support and services such as drug support and needle exchange, financial support and housing advice, all to help enable them to rebuild their lives, to find their own paths as they journey away from begging.
I always forget to take my jacket off. I do as well. Thank you.
Never look down on someone unless you are helping them up. As you go about your daily life, please do stop and say hello to a vendor, buy a magazine, and go a little further.